Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd, Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am back here at Garnet Beach looking for another 96 million garnets. And maybe even heading up into the hills to find some hard rock garnets. So wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. So, if you are familiar with my channel, you'll have seen me here before. If not, I should explain this beach. This is known as Garnet Beach. This river here, the Big Silver River, runs into Harrison Lake in British Columbia, Canada. It runs through some great big garnet deposits up in the hills. Weathers out all these very gemmy garnet, and as the river runs down, it deposits hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of garnets on this beach here. They are everywhere. You look down, grab any handful of gravel, and you will have a garnet in it. In some places, they're concentrated, so the beach is just red. Today, I'm gonna go find one of those red spots and see if I can collect a few million garnets. I just walked over the whole bar here to look for where I could see the best garnets. And I think I've identified a spot right down here that seems to have some pretty good garnets. Now here at Garnet Beach, garnet deposits are sometimes very visible, sometimes not. It really depends on how much silt was dropped after the garnets were placed here. You know, these garnets flood in with spring runoff, they concentrate in little pockets, and then it depends if the water drops and goes away right away, or if the water sort of stays a little bit and lets a bit of the silt and mud land on top. Here are some pretty good deposits that are fairly clean. They're not quite the bright red, so I assume there's a little bit of silt on top, but these are pretty nice deposits of gemmy garnets. Using the close-up camera, this is just natural. This is how the river left them. Now these are tiny. These are like up to 1/16 of an inch in this pocket right here. But I've found garnets on this beach up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Yes, the vast majority are small. Small but beautiful. Loaded with garnets. And by far, the most common question I get in my previous videos from Garnet Beach harvesting these garnets is, what do people do with all those tiny garnets? Well, you know, we sell little bags of these garnets for people to do all sorts of things with. Some of them like to, you know, pick out all the gemmiest ones, put them in a little vial so they have something in their collection that shows just, you know, gemmy garnets, garnet crystals, those kind of things. Some people will cast these in a resin to make jewelry out of. I've seen a beautiful ring made from cast resin and these gemmy garnets from this place. Pendants, people like just having, you know, garnets in their collection. Some people like putting them in pay dirt, so they're testing their panning skills, because garnets sort of wash out like gold does when they're gold panning. But I just love them. You can't beat that color, especially when you're fresh flipped with a gem sieve and you see that just blanket, that whole cake of red. Just amazing. Let's see what I can find and show you what they look like. Garnets. Nice. Now I will be recovering the garnets today using my home-built gem sieve, and I have classified the material down to 1/8 using an Arbor Fabricating classifier just in a bucket. They are the world's best classifiers. If you want your own, there's a link below with a discount code. And Arbor Fabricating also makes gem sieves, and I've used the oversized material after sieving and the bucket to make a bed to flip onto here. Nice flat bed. You'll see why in a second. Let's get to this. And because my gem sieve has about a 1/16 inch mesh on the bottom, I get a very tight classification on these. 1/8 to 1/16 is what all of these garnets are going to come out as. That looks to be a nice full gem sieve. This is known as a gem sieve or a saruka. Saruka is sort of a brand name, and they recover gemstones because of their specific gravity, because of their density, their weight. Most gemstones, not all, most gemstones are very heavy for their size. They have a high density. And a machine, a tool like this, will take advantage of that heaviness, the density, to concentrate the gems. In this case, with the gem sieve, as we're pulsing and rotating, it concentrates them on the bottom of the sieve in the center. And I will get close-ups of what I'm doing on the next one. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think I can go flip that. Drain the water off. Let's do it. Now this is why I created the flat bed. I need somewhere to flip this over. Remember I said the gemstones are on the bottom. They're down here. I have to flip it over so I get them on top. So I do that very carefully, flipping it towards me, not away from me, on a flat bed. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Look at that. Solid bed of red garnets. Yes, every single one of those is a full garnet crystal. And this is why I say there are 96 million garnets here. More and more and more garnets. And now we just carefully take just nothing but the center into a pan, and we take the rest of this back into the gem sieve for round 2. Put more material back on top of it and go do it all over again. Okay, nice full gem sieve. Start by sifting it down. Now that it's sifted down nicely, I start rocking it back and forth right at the surface of the water. Spin it around 90 degrees and rock it. Pulse it a little bit, spin it around 90 degrees, rock it. Pulse, spin, rock. Pulse, spin, rock. And we just keep that going. We don't have to go 90 degrees every time. Sometimes you can go 45. And what that's doing is it's bringing everything into the center, and then pulsing it brings the heavies down to the bottom. You know, do that 10, 20 times around, and all of your heavies will be sitting on the bottom, right in the center. Very important to keep it level while you do this. It's the exact same way you find diamonds at the Crater of Diamonds in Arkansas, using one of these tools here, a gem sieve, or saruka. In fact, I used this one when I was down the Crater of Diamonds. There we go. Nice and flat. All of the garnets will be on the bottom. Tip it on its side, or an angle, to drain the water out. You don't want excess water when you flip it, otherwise you'll lose them. Then, you make sure your area is nice and flat. Bring it in here. 3, 2, 1, flip. That was a sloppy flip. But there you go. A ring of red garnets. Now, I don't think I did this one very good, because I see some around the edges. I probably should have done that better. I'll grab what I can out of the center. I'll take all of this back, put it in there, and do it one more time. Because of my gem sieve having a loose screen, the garnets go down for about 3/4 of an inch. So that's all garnet. And you can feel the weight in my hand. Like, that is heavy, heavy garnet. But again, I got some around the side here, so I'm gonna take this all back into the gem sieve for round 2. I did not add any new material. This is just a reflip of the last material. There we go. Much better center. But again, this material here will go back into the gem sieve with new stuff on top, so that any garnets I missed will be caught the next time round. I might try the rigid bottom one next, see if I can get a bit tighter ring in the center. When you have so many heavies and so many garnets, it's hard to get them all to the center, and I'm getting some sections around the outside edge that have some garnets. So I'm going to try that, see if it's any better than the soft one. I did find my soft one was better last time I was here, but I was also getting a lot more garnets in every flip. The bottom was full in every flip the last time I was here. So let's try this one, see if it does better. Anyhow, well, let's grab some. Let's have a look at how deep these are. An inch deep of garnet. Yeah, no better. I still get garnets around the outside. I'll get them all eventually. Sun is coming out, makes the garnets look really bright. Can't beat this. Oh, that one had a lot more in it. Bottom of the bucket definitely had a lot more. I'll grab the center and then I'll re-sift and re-flip it to get all the stuff that migrated out back to the center nicely cleaned up. Wish the sun was out today. This would be a much more vibrant red if it was. Now that's a pan full of garnets. One bucket done, 3 more to go. I'm gonna try to do 4 buckets full. That should be enough to keep us going for a while. Although for my next one, I think I'm gonna use the 1/4 inch classifier, and I see some coarser gravel over here. I'm gonna try a bin of coarser stuff and see if it's worthwhile. Most of these garnets here are 1/8 or smaller. So I'm not sure if going up to 1/4 is just a waste of time, waste of material, waste of whatever, but we'll try a bucket, see how it goes, and then decide for the last 2 where I go from there. In this area here, there's a much coarser gravel. It's just bigger and looser, and you know, lots of 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch rocks. Still lots of red. I think I'm gonna give this a shot and see if this maybe has more high percentage of, you know, those 1/8 garnets. So not so much goes through the gem sieve. Let's give it a shot and find out. And I will be using the 1/4 inch arbor fabricating classifier this time. Alrighty, a bucket full of 1/4 inch gravel. Let's do this. There's the 1/4 inch. I did a really terrible job of centering it. I got all the way out one side. I don't know what I was doing. Something wrong. But I think that actually produces a bit more. I definitely see bigger ones in there. Not many bigger, but some bigger. And I think it does actually give me a bit more. Definitely easier to classify the 1/4 inch dry like that. So I think I'll do that bucket that way, then reevaluate for the next bucket. So not only are there the gemmy red garnets here, there's also a grayish black brown garnet that's much bigger. You see, with using the 1/4 inch classifier, I am getting a lot of those in there as well. But some of them, look at the size of that one. That's a full 1/4 inch. 3, 2, 1. Poof. Oh, that was a terrible flip. Bad flips like that break up the garnets. They don't stay caked together. It all breaks up. You still get them off in the middle, but yeah, terrible flip. Could do that one again. Actually, maybe I'll just take the top layer of garnets and put it in with the next flip. Oh baby, there's a lot in that one. Whoa, now that one is very red. Nice. Think I did a bit better job on that one, getting it all concentrated in one spot. Again, let's look how deep these are. Okay, about 3/4 of an inch deep on that one. And I'm getting them more centered. Woohoo! This is bucket 4 now. This will be my last bucket of the day. And another big garnet down there. Kind of like having these odd, you know, 1/4 inch garnets coming through. I think I'll do the next bucket with 1/4 inch classifier as well. That was a big cake of red. Not like the first time I was here, where the whole bottom was covered in red. Haven't found a spot quite that rich again since, but that's still pretty darn good. As the day goes on, I'm getting better and better, more and more accurate. Look at that, it's almost perfectly centered. My pan's getting perfectly full. Handful of garnet. Look at the garnets underneath the water here. This is why garnets concentrate the way they do, is the flowing water washes away the lighter material, leaving the heavy garnets behind. This is an underwater camera. Let's go underwater, see what it looks like. Speaking of underwater, let's see what this blue water looks like underwater. Three, 2, 1. Whoa! Again, they get better and better, nice and centered, and I have a camera straight down there. I just buried a camera on purpose. Some of these just look so unbelievably gemmy. Light hits them and they just glow. And here we go with the last one of the day. Right there. Out to my rock. And there it is, ready to flip. One last flip. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Well, there it is, my pan of garnet gravel. This is probably 90 to 95% garnet. Even these little black things, those are garnets. Everything in here is garnet, basically. But the red is the gemmy garnet that everyone wants. And if you'd like to have a sample of my garnets here, of course I've got them for sale on my website, www.danhurdprospecting.com, along with all the other things that I collect and sell. And if you don't want any of my stuff, fair enough, just enjoy the video. Well, I'm not sure if I'm including it in this video or not, but I'm about to head up the hill and see if I can find some hard rock garnets. Might be its own video, might not make any videos at all, I don't know. Anyhow, up the hill I go. So I did get up the hill and got myself a bunch of, garnets in host hard rock specimens, but I'm running out of time, so I didn't film anything up there. I will take some shots of them and leave it right here in the video for you. Absolutely love this place, love these garnets, love doing this, loving life. If you like these garnets as well, if you like the video as well, please leave me that thumbs up. And if I haven't earned your subscription yet, hopefully today's video did it. A big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these trips, I get to make these videos for everyone to watch. Hope you're all having an amazing day out there. I sure am. Until the next one, bye.